In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on November 20th, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. James Madison versus North Carolina. The James Madison Dukes basketball team have started off the 2022 NCAA men's college basketball season well, but now they'll face their biggest test as they head to Chapel Hill to take on the number 1 seed North Carolina Tar Heels. North Carolina have dominated all year long following a fantastic run in 2021 to 2022, but each and every year they need to step up and prove that they are the best team in the country. So even though James Madison will be the underdog, they'll bring everything they can to Chapel Hill, and it's up to UNC to step up and respond to yet another big challenge. James Madison is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games. The over is 5-1 in James Madison's last 6 games. The over is 9-2 in the Dukes' last 11 games following a straight-up win. The over is 4-1 in Dukes' last 5 games after scoring more than 90 points in their previous game. James Madison have continued to be one of the hottest teams from the field to start this season, as I don't see the Tar Heels being able to completely shut them down. UNC has now been challenged by 2 weaker teams in back-to-back games, and I see this JMU team being their toughest challenge yet. According to KenPom, they have the 64th most efficient offense in the country, and they are scoring the 2nd most points per game. North Carolina is currently giving up the 189th most points per game, and their opponents have shot 40.7% from the field. JMU has snipers all over the court, and they can score anywhere on the floor. They have shot 58.6% from the floor through their first 4 games of the season, as I see them scoring enough points to cover the spread in this game. I've also been impressed by them on the defensive end of the court, as they will be able to lock up the Tar Heels as well. They are allowing the 39th least amount of points per game, and their opponents have only shot 34.7% from the field. They will show up on both ends of the court and give the Tar Heels another challenge to begin this season. I see the Dukes giving the Tar Heels a run for their money, so the James Madison Dukes to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. In 4 games this season, James Madison have put up 95, 97, 123, and 106 points, and in a college basketball game that continues to see more and more offensive output, they've clearly figured out how to score as a team, as their top scorer sits at just 15 per game, showing how deep they are as a unit. North Carolina haven't been scoring at that rate yet, but are still led by 3 of the best scorers in the nation, and after scoring 102 in 1 game this year, there's plenty of firepower there, so no matter who comes out on top, expect this one to be a game full of scoring on all 3 levels throughout the game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Virginia versus Illinois. Coming off 2 massive wins against ranked opponents, both the Illinois Fighting Illini and the Virginia Cavaliers will be looking to build on that momentum, and with 2 very talented offensive units, this one is bound to be an enjoyable watch. These 2 teams feature arguably the 2 best scorers in the nation in Armand Franklin and Terrence Shannon Jr., and after showing out in their first game in Las Vegas, this one is bound to be a blockbuster for those that love to watch good offensive basketball, as these 2 teams can each top 80+ per night with ease, so no matter who goes home a winner, this should be fun to watch. The Fighting Illini are 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 neutral site games and 1-10 against the spread in their last 11 Sunday games. The Cavaliers are 13-28-2 against the spread in their last 43 games following a against the spread win. The under is 4-1 in Fighting Illini last 5 Sunday games. The over is 4-1 in Cavaliers last 5 overall. Number 19 the Illinois Fighting Illini and number 16 Virginia Cavaliers will face off on Sunday afternoon in the Continental Tire main event at T-Mobile Arena. Illinois enters the game following a 79-70 win over number 8 UCLA on Friday. The Fighting Illini were sharp on both ends of the floor, shooting 52.9% from the field and 48% from 3 while forcing 15 turnovers against a UCLA team that ranks in the top 10 in adjusted offensive efficiency. Texas Tech transfer and preseason All-Big Ten team selection Terrence Shannon Jr. is tied for the 5th highest scoring average at 25 24 points per game. Virginia is coming off an 86-79 upset win over number 5 Baylor on Friday. The Cavaliers showcased their offensive prowess while shooting 55.6% from the field and 64.3% from three in that game. Virginia is one of just 5 teams in all of college basketball that ranks within the top 15 in both offensive and defensive efficiency. Senior guard Armon Franklin leads the team with 18.3 points per game, but the entire starting 5 consists of upperclassmen who have returned for another season. Both teams are primed for big seasons. Illinois has heavily leaned on new additions to strengthen their roster, such as Shannon Jr., 4-star freshman Sky Clark, and former NCAA champion Matthew Mayer. While the Cavaliers have years of chemistry under their belt, this Fighting Illini team turned a lot of heads in their recent win against UCLA, which also boasts returning talent. You can make a case for either of these teams that are fresh off wins over top 10 teams. However, Illinois has shown a little more pep in its step at both ends of the floor and has a massive crowd presence in Vegas. The way Illinois dominated that second half against UCLA should have turned a lot of heads. Again, must-watch game where either team can win, but I'm not leaving a free bucket on the table with Illinois. So the Illinois Fighting Illini to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. This matchup is one of 2 very talented offenses, but 2 teams who get it done in different ways, with a deep Virginia team up against a top-heavy Illinois team who are reliant on 2 huge stars to get the team going. But either way, it means plenty of points are on the way. The over for Virginia is 4-1 in their last 5 overall, as well as 4-0 in their past 4 Sunday games, and with over 73 points scored in each of their games thus far in 2022, it's hard to see that slowing down. The Fighting Illini have put together one of the best offenses in the country, and after dropping 2 80-plus point outings followed up by 103 against Monmouth, and with a 4-1 over record in their last 5 games following an against the spread win, it seems the stars are aligning in this one for a big night of offensive basketball. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Indiana versus Miami, Ohio. The 12th-ranked Indiana Hoosiers will face off against the Miami Red Hawks on Sunday evening in the Hoosier Tip-Off Classic at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in a neutral site game. The Hoosiers are a perfect 3-0 and are coming off an 81-79 road win on Friday over the Xavier Musketeers. The Red Hawks are 1-3 and are riding a 2-game losing streak after a 95-69 home loss on Thursday against the Marshall Thundering Herd. Indiana is 7-1 against the spread in their last 9 games and 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 neutral site games. The over is 4-0 in Indiana's last 4 games, and the over is 4-1 in their last 5 Sunday games. Miami, Ohio is 7-22 against the spread in their last 29 Sunday games and 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 neutral site games. The over is 4-0 in Miami's last 4 games, and the under is 4-0 in their last 4 Sunday games. It's possible that Indiana has a letdown game after a huge road win against Xavier, but if not, there's no reason the Hoosiers shouldn't cover this large number. Miami, Ohio ranks 51st in Ken Palm's adjusted tempo metric, which means there should be enough possessions to allow for Indiana to gain the margin needed to cover. From a matchup perspective, Miami, Ohio will likely struggle against a much bigger Indiana team. For Ken Palm, Miami, Ohio ranks 331st in average height, while Indiana ranks 21st. Indiana's Trace Jackson Davis is coming off of a game in which he scored 30 points, and that came against a formidable Xavier frontcourt. It's likely we'll see TJD with another monster game in this matchup. Miami, Ohio ranks 272nd in 2-point percentage defense according to Ken Palm, so expect to see the Hoosiers do quite well inside. So the Indiana Hoosiers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both of these offenses have been killing it this season, while the defenses are average up to this point as well. Indiana is 143rd in the nation with 73.3 possessions per game thus far, while Miami is 42nd in the sport with 77.4 possessions per game, which means they are going to move up and down the court with a lot of pace. These teams also draw fouls and get to the free throw line, as the Hoosiers are shooting 23 free throws per game, while the Red Hawks are 129th with 20 free throws per game. The total has finished over a combined 6 times in 7 games played this season by the 2 teams. Indiana averages 90 points per game, and the total has finished over in each of the Hoosiers' first 3 games. Miami, Ohio is scoring a respectable 75 points per game, but allowing an average of 73.5 points per game, and the total has finished over in each of the 3 games the Red Hawks have had a betting line. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.